Everybody east to west will know my name. Hashtag rise. I got the gold, yeah, I already won this game. Hey, hey, yeah, I got what it takes. Hey, hey, yeah, I got what it takes. I don't mess with no fake. Shake it up like an earthquake. I'll keep it real, cause I got what it takes.
Final night of the regular season in League One volleyball, and the top seed is on the line. Houston has owned the spot for weeks, but suddenly it's anything but secure. 2 losses in their last 3 have opened the door for Atlanta, winners of 4 of their last 5. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Anne-Marie Anderson, alongside former national team setter and current Notre Dame head coach Salima Rockwell. Salima, we begin the day with these standings. 3 matches today. Tell us what we're looking at.
Well, it's going to jumble everything up today. It's going to be super interesting. Our match today, Houston and Atlanta, they're fighting for the number 1 seed. The rest is up in the air. So much can happen here. Salt Lake still trying to make their way up above that yellow line.
Let's take a look at our Adidas starting lineup, beginning with Houston. Jordan Thompson, the overwhelming favorite for league MVP. We know she's going to see a lot of sets. Who's going to balance things out on the left pin?
Well, it all starts with Jess Merzick, one of the young players that came in last year to the season and has established herself as one of the best young players, outside hitters in the country. Her game has evolved and really grown over the last year, so they're going to need to really lean on Merzick tonight to have a win against Atlanta.
Of course, you mentioned she, a young player, balanced out by Maddie Rischel in her 11th pro season.
Well, Maddie Rischel is one of those players that just knows the game at such a high level. She's known for her ball control, her vision, and her volleyball IQ. Just keep an eye on her moving the ball around and keeping the defense guessing. Maddie Rischel is going to use her experience to help Houston win this match today.
The Adidas starting lineup for Atlanta features Yvonne Montano, a 13-year veteran and a bit of a journeywoman, having played in 8 countries. On the left side pin, we've got another vet and a youngin, starting with Mackenzie Adams.
Well, Mackenzie Adams has been one of those powerful outside attackers that is just so fun to watch. She is the heart and soul, the energy of this Atlanta team. She's been playing better and better in the last couple of matches. A huge match 2 nights ago against Madison, and really coming on strong for Atlanta.
On the other pin, a fresh rookie, Eva Hudson.
Eva Hudson has been in and out of the lineup this season as a rookie, but when she's on the court, just watch out. She's got a heavy arm. She's got confidence in what she's doing. And if she has a big match along with Mackenzie Adams, Houston could be in a little bit of trouble there from the left side.
We know the top seed is on the line. What are we looking for? Our Chase scouting report.
Well, for Houston, they have not been one of the best serve-receive teams, and they're playing against one of the best serving teams. So they have to manage the tough serve of Atlanta and beat the number 1 blocking team. Atlanta needs to defend in transition. That is Houston's strength. Really good in transition. And of course, slow down and just take the edge off of Jordan Thompson.
Sanja Tomasevic, she was the MVP and best opposite when she played collegiately here in the state. She's coached internationally her first year here with League One volleyball. Paolo Coco, the head coach for Atlanta, he's been coaching professionally since 1996. What do the players think of him?
That is a long time, and they just absolutely love playing for him and how he coaches the game.
Maddie Rischel is our first server for Houston. Goes straight to Mac Adams, back to Montano. Rachel Fairbanks goes to JT, and we've seen both big opposites already.
Both big opposites getting set and both opposites getting blocked. Atlanta did a nice job covering it. Everybody knows where the ball's going, so it's going to be a huge area of focus.
There's a look at Tia Jimerson in the middle for Atlanta. Mackenzie Adams serve. Beautiful ball. And they run the middle. That's Rafa Foley. We haven't seen her that much as of late. What kind of a difference does she make?
She makes a huge difference, not just offensively, one of the better blockers as well. So she's always up and always available.
Tough serve. How about Rafa serving into traffic? That was nasty.
I love that. Really good spot there, serving into that zone 2 area, getting Adams out like you said, into traffic. There's a lot of action going on that side of the court.
Goes right back at it. Pass by Adams. Rachel Fairbanks brings it back to Jimerson.
Jimerson, we'll see how much both teams are going to establish a minute when they're passing well. Jimerson knows she wants this match so badly. She's going to be up and available, ready to go.
Jimerson serve long. A little bit of a break. Atlanta has to sweep Houston in order to have a shot at the top seed. And then there's a few other considerations in there as well. Jordan Thompson, they have kept the ball on. Okay, they have kept the ball on Mac Adams the whole time.
They have, and they're serving that area of the court to see if they can disrupt a little bit of the offense. That was a back row setter. That means the setter reached over the plane of the net during that play.
Yeah, Rachel Fairbanks trying to bring it back as the pass was very tight. And right there, Paolo Coco is challenging that.
That is one of the challengeable calls if you don't think the ball was over that plane of the net. And we'll take a look at that when Rishel goes up and attacks it and see if Fairbanks was indeed across the plane, and it looks like she was.
Yeah, pretty good look at seeing Rachel Fairbanks' hand kind of retrieve the ball over the side of the net. But again, the official has the look right there.
So Atlanta's challenging.
Yeah, it looks a little different.
Her fingers went back there. And that's when the ball crossed the plane. So we'll see what this call ended up being.
Yeah, the challenge was unsuccessful. They are saying indeed it was across the plane. Jordan Thompson will serve again. For serving two. Thompson will be very active in the offense from the back court. Eva Hudson takes her first swing, kind of a different pace, and it works.
Well, it's a nice slow pace just deep into the corner of the court. They know where each other are defensively. They know what to expect, and Hudson starts off strong, which she's going to need to be consistently good on the outside.
Ball long.
We've seen a couple of missed serves on the side of Atlanta. They are one of the toughest serving teams, lead the league in aces, and it's a risk-reward thing for that team.
Here's Jess Merzick, a national champion with Penn State the year before last, and most outstanding player. And immediately, here's a blocker in Magda Yaharasheva. She overturns it to the left, but boy, have people been talking about her this year.
Well, she's been so good. You watch her block. We'll take a look at this swing here, and it just misses the line, but she's so fast laterally. She's been talked about because she's the #1 in blocking, #1 in good positive touches. Phenomenal player.
There is another challenge here because Yaharasheva says they touched it, the blocker.
We'll see if we see a pinky or anything move on that play. Paolo Coco taking a chance here with his second challenge. I might see a pinky of a GD, but I can't tell.
The challenge is ruled unsuccessful. And Paolo Coco is saying, did you see what I saw? What I saw?
Clearly there's a touch on the block. He is not happy about that at all. And again, second challenge lost.
Yes. Jess Merzick, again, keeping the ball on Mac Adams. Hudson, big rip, again, wide, overturned.
So a lot of unforced errors right now on the side of Atlanta. Missing the court a couple of times, then missing the block as well.
Little ball, not over. What causes that over-rotation out? Because we've seen two players at different positions for Atlanta do it.
Right, if they're looking to hit either pass the ball, they cut their arm and their body potentially at the same time, and that's what causes the ball to go out of bounds. It's either one or the other.
Back again. Everybody's playing the touches. Amber Ajidi that time.
Rhythm was just a little bit off. You could see that ball was just behind her, and that forced her hit that ball out of bounds.
Eva Hudson finished her collegiate career at Kentucky, where she played in the national championship match. Oh, right at her feet, it was Jordan Thompson.
That's going to be a ball that's very difficult to stop. You see you've got both attackers on the outside, and she leaves one-on-one in the middle of the court with Thompson coming down the middle.
Ajidi serving, Foley back up front for Houston, Magda Yaharasheva behind.
And this is where they're really good. This is where Atlanta shines, when they're in perfect pass and run that ball fast to the outsides. They can beat the block with their speed for both outside attackers.
Rachel Adams goes back to Jordan Thompson, just tips the ball. Again, no libero on the floor for that play.
Smart play. You've got the middle blocker back there. Watch. Back on defense. Very difficult for her to chase that ball down. That's an easy side out for Houston.
Kaisa Alanko running the offense for Houston as she has much of the season. Jimerson. Alanko chooses Jordan Thompson yet again. Recycled, pushed intentionally into the block to take this big swing. It was worth it.
It's a smart play. Talk about a recycle, a tight ball, pushes it in there so they can cover it and get a better swing. That's exactly what you want to do as an outside hitter when things aren't perfect.
Good first contact outside. And you got Rischel, everybody saying, I did not touch it. Did a matrix move instead to get out of the way.
Looking for the touch. I thought I saw a red flag fly somewhere. I don't know. There's no official word, but I don't know if I was seeing things.
That's entirely possible, but there is a challenge this time.
All right, we'll take
Houston is challenging it. Was there a touch on the block?
Look at Jimerson's left hand.
I need a different angle.
No. Don't see anything. That cleared the top of the block. No
Unsuccessful
touch.
challenges on both sides now. Well, coaches decided to challenge early, lost him early.
Well, there's a lot. They know these are very good blocking teams, and you've got to go away from them. You've got to go high hands, and she's talking to her about that now. How are you hitting that flat and into the block or flat and off the hands, which is what Rischel's very good at. And sometimes when you're going for it, you end up just missing just by a little bit.
Rachel Fairbanks, the setter for Atlanta, had a really interesting path to League One. She was not originally going to be the setter. She finished her collegiate. They had an injury to their setter last year, and all of a sudden she's called, setting, and has done a fantastic job. Down the line by Thompson.
Fairbanks has been phenomenal, and this is the swing that they're going to have to figure out how to take away from Thompson. And when it gets all the way to the pin and she hits that line, clean line, you've got to get out there.
So you block line in that, you don't just put a defender there?
I try to block line because she hits that ball straight down. Just grab the ball when it's tight and all the way to the pin.
Oh boy. Might have caught the net a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Like I missed a finger wag opportunity. That time goes right back to Jimerson, the vote of confidence.
I like going back to the middle of the court, and you don't have to hit the ball. Like that's the one thing you've learned watching these teams. Very smart at just throwing the ball down and around the block.
It's always interesting because we know the setter's going to go right back. It's kind of an interesting thing trying to block it because you know that vote of confidence, tough serve. Piano Pinoy, good touch. Montano. Briseño sends it over. The libero for Houston. Right over her head, picked up by Rischel. The pace on that. It was started by Pinoy's pass.
multiple opportunities for Atlanta. Houston keeping the ball alive, and they're usually pretty good at transitioning those balls. You see a little bit of frustration right now. She wants to get going.
Serve is long. With that, Houston, the first break is 12-10. Everything on the line. Houston wins this set. They get the top seed. League One Volleyball is presented by Skims, the official loungewear, intimates, and sleepwear partner of League One Volleyball.
Yeah, that was the only time I heard him.
Yeah, and I can't hear.
I think it would mean a lot to win, just because last year we fell short. I can't remember the last time that I've been so upset about a loss. I remember almost basically immediately leaving the court and going into the locker room, and I just sat there head down, and I was so frustrated. I remember even the next day, like, I didn't want to talk to anyone, and I never want to feel that feeling again. I hate losing more than I love winning, and so I think that emotion and that feeling has definitely fueled me this season.
Those are the scariest athletes, the ones who hate losing more than winning.
Without question, because watch out. And we've seen her just with a whole new level of, I don't know, focus and drive this season. Less, just happy to be out there.
Mackenzie Adams, well past, missed connection. What are you saying as a setter?
Well, that was tough. You have to look at the angles and how sharp that is when you're off the net. Look how Fairbanks tried to force that into the net and not really get that right to the middle.
Mackenzie Adams doing an excellent job starting things off with that first touch. Thompson wide. They're putting the pressure on Mackenzie Adams with every serve.
They are. She's handling it well so far and really giving them opportunities to run the middle. And that ball for Thompson just wanted to go hard into that angle. Didn't feel comfortable cutting that one back down the line. That was the one she got blocked on from the beginning.
Briseño, perfect pass, leads to straight middle dominance.
Perfect set and execution. Take a look. It's a little bit of that gap play. Only one blocker in front of her, and Igidi really just takes advantage of that.
Thompson flat serve. This one not able to run the middle and shut down. Igidi sends it back to Montano.
Well, big swing and then a huge block. Couple of back-to-back points by Igidi. Look how high she is in physical over top of the net. You knew she was going to block that ball before she even did.
So much on the line here. Houston winning in this set. They win it. They take the top seed. Atlanta needs a response now. And it's not coming.
No. Fairbanks fires one, gets away from her over the net, gives Houston. You can't give them an easy ball in transition. This is one of the best transition teams in the league. Merzick unloading in that angle.
Atlanta calls a timeout. We're just starting things off today. It's the final day of the League One regular season, and it continues tonight as the last 2 playoff spots are still up for grabs. First, it's Jordan Larson's final home game of her career as Nebraska faces Austin. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then Salt Lake and Madison at 9, both matches on Victory Plus.
And it is going to be a doozy today. I'm excited to see both of those and how that plays out.
This one is simple. It's for the top seed in the tournament. Now, here's the deal. Houston wins 1 set, they've got it.
It's locked in. And that's the difference. So Atlanta knows that. They need to get this set. They need to come back here and make a push so they can get it. But at the same time, they still want to establish how they're playing the game. No matter what happens, they can still win the match. And taking into the playoffs, that's what they're looking for.
What does Atlanta need to do right now to start that run?
Well, they need to be better defensively, but handling the passes, I think, have been great. They just haven't been scoring.
Yeah.
They've been passing okay. They just need to score.
Montano's a good decision. Good timeout for Atlanta as she comes out of that with fire.
Like that. I like that set. And see if Fairbanks can get some connection with her middles, going just a little bit as well.
Montano will come out, and in will be Ella Mae Powell. It's the double sub for them, puts a bigger blocker up front. And it wasn't enough for Ajiti.
Man, for a team that traditionally has not been one of the top reception teams, they are passing so well. Houston is passing really well right now, getting Ajiti the ball.
Carly DeHogue, the opposite right now on Atlanta's side. Here she comes. Same angle we saw on the other side. Kaisa Alanko choosing the middle, well off the net. Pinoy leading Eva Hudson with that set.
That's a big-time swing by a young player, getting her feet there, recognizing how tight that set was. And you'll watch her just change her arm swing a little bit, just go high and flat and aim up off the hands of the block. Beautiful swing by Hudson.
First contact solid. Left hand recycled off the block. She pushes, hoping for a better opportunity. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be pretty to be good.
Nope, but that's the KG play of Rischel. She knew she had a huge block in front of her, both the right side and the middle. The question here might be, but there's no challenges, if that ball was touched on that second rally.
Yep.
No challenges for Paulo Coco.
Amber Ajiti will serve. Pinoy, perfect pass. Wow. Rafael Fauli and Kaisa Alanko. What a block.
Oh, you talked about Foley and how good she is from the beginning.
Whoa.
She gets there and she shapes it back. She just brings it back into the court. It doesn't have to be perfect and huge, just smart with your hands.
Pinoy's pass, good again. DeHogue puts it away. This is the moment where Atlanta has to make their move. They trail by 5.
Well, and I like this double sub right now. More offense, a bigger block on the outside, change things up just a little bit. DeHogue taking a big swing and really going to give the outside hitters some fits right now.
They also have brought in Bea Negrete to serve the ball. She's out of Italy. She's another libero, in this case a defensive specialist. Alanko to JT. Negrete steps right in. DeHogue again. And that's what you get when you have Jordan Thompson, just time and time again. Unfortunately, a very eager Rischel reached over the net.
That's tough. We'll take a look at this swing and a huge dig out of the middle back. Rischel going for it, reached all the way over the net on that play.
Yep, and there was a player there to play that ball, and so Houston is challenging it, saying Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's a successful challenge. And you also see the player right there to play the ball.
Yes.
So, again, if she hadn't tapped it by
Right.
breaking the plane.
And that's tough. She's trying to just poke it down to and not cross the plane. Like, that was
Right.
the intent, was to not go fully over
But it's
and
right
slam it.
there.
It's right there. You got to do something. I get you. We get you, Maddie.
So an unsuccessful challenge. It's now 4-point deficit. Negrati serving. And again, you don't see a libero on the floor for Atlanta, but Negrati is a libero also by trade. So you've got her defensively. Again, going to Jordan Thompson time and time again. Outside. Beautiful, blistering kill from Rischel.
Well, if they can't get that ball out there with speed, I think they're going to go to Thompson because you've got that huge block of DeHoog on the other side of the net. A little bit of speed caused that separation for Rischel in transition.
How many sets are too many to Jordan Thompson, though? We're seeing it time and time again, predictability-wise.
It's, I say there's never too many to Jordan Thompson, but that's just me. But really, they can be. But if you throw it in there enough, then you get another opportunity. She's going to score on one of them, right?
Right.
And if not, you'll get another opportunity to run a fastball in transition, which is where they're really good.
Certainly, Thompson has more attempts than anybody else on the floor. Meanwhile, this person, perhaps a setter of the year contender. We can talk more about Kaisa Alanko and the job she's done.
I absolutely love that, and she's done a phenomenal job.
Big dig. Here it comes again from DeHoog. She has come in off the bench and been powerful. Beautiful dig by her as well. Mac Adams over the top. Alanko was ready for it. Ball up. It's good. Keep playing. Houston finishes it the second time.
I did not think that ball was going to stay alive, and neither did Rafa Poli. Everyone thought it was going down, but Atlanta scrapping and keeping it alive.
Houston on a 3-0 run, 3 points away from locking up the top seed in the League One volleyball playoffs that start next week. Mac Adams. Tia Jimerson turns it back, same way she turned it last time. Jordan Thompson, big dig, sliding underneath of it is Negrati unable to turn it. Houston marches on. What's so superior about this Houston team?
Right now, it's been Merzick out of the middle back. I have to take a look. I'll take a look at how many digs she's had, but she is just scooping balls. She dug DeHoog 3 or 4 times, right back playing great defense, and this is, again, I'll say it one more time, their transition defense is the best in the league.
Pinoy's pass is perfect. DeHoog on top, and what a dig again by Alanko, the defense of Houston that you were just talking about. Before contacts, and here it is, Salima. Houston sits at set point, which would give them the top seed. How dominant has his first set been?
Well, it's been very dominant. It started off a little cuckoo on both sides, but it steadied out, and they've really steadied out to how they play the game well. And having the top seed is good, but it depends on who ends up in that 4th seed position.
It is, but also winning the regular season, there's a cash prize on the line. It'll come down to this point. Not so fast, my friend. Rachel Fairbanks holds him off.
Well, Foley wants a net, but again, both teams out of challenges, so she's not going to get a challenge here. Nice play there by Fairbanks, who I incidentally don't think netted anyway.
Also, Salima's not the ref. Here is set point number 2 for Houston. Alanko to Foley, and Houston has secured the top seed in the League One playoffs.
Big, big set for them. And again, just playing clean volleyball and dominating towards the second half of that set. And Houston, the number 1 seed in the playoffs.
Brackets? Yeah. Final day of the regular season of League One Volleyball, and Houston has clinched the top seed in the playoffs. Atlanta has secured the second seed as well, and now they're playing for what exactly, Selena?
Well, they're playing for, you want to play your best volleyball right now, and how well are you going into the playoffs? You have to establish yourself as a great passing team. How are we defensively? All of those things. So it's not just, it doesn't matter that it's 1 and 2 right now in this moment. It's about what they're looking ahead to do for the playoffs.
The 3 and 4 seeds will be decided later today. We got 3 teams vying for those spots in Nebraska, Salt Lake, and Austin. So make sure you're watching all day today, because one of those teams is going to be done after today.
Going home. I tell you, I was so impressed with Houston's passing. Now, I said this from the beginning. Their passing has not been one of the top. They're third or fourth in the league right now, but they passed 69% in system, 54% perfect pass in that set. So, that changes everything for your hitters. Gives you opportunities on the pins. They didn't set the middles a ton, but they got a lot of space to work with on the outsides.
Set 2 starting off with Rachel Fairbanks serving. Alanka goes back to the way it ended with Rafa Foley. Picked up. Eva Hudson from the back court.
I like that play in transition. When you got Matanya out of the play, she's just screaming in from the back row. So if you can get Hudson going, it'd be great to see her get set a little bit more and score more and more out of the back row.
Serve going long from the start. Execution-wise, when you're looking at Rachel Fairbanks and the match that she is setting, what would you like to see more of, less of?
Yeah, I like that she's getting the ball in the middle, but it's not scoring at a high enough rate. So, again, more maybe to Montano, more one-on-ones on the pins.
Mackenzie Adams to the back court to serve. Montano, as you point out, is up front on the right, ready to attack. Good or not good?
We shall see. It was a good rip.
Everybody just kind of waiting.
Paulo Coco's got the flag. He's ready to. Don't throw it. Don't do it. It was a referee challenge. Trust me, Paulo.
The referees can call for themselves if they want to take another look. Ten-year veteran of the Italian team is Rafa Foley. Blasted off the block is Eva Hudson.
I like that strong swing off the hands of Jordan Thompson. Very, very smart play by her.
Outside. Run is on, and there was a net violation against Houston. It's a break for Atlanta.
Marzek passed the ball well. I think on that swing through on the attack, she may have hit the net. Take a look at that here. Oh, afterward.
Oh, coming down afterwards. Coming down. We have not seen Magda Yahalasheva get more than one set so far. She can be quite powerful from the middle.
She absolutely can be, and they've been passing fairly well and well enough that she can get this. There's Aijide on that same play. The last time we saw her hit it towards the left back, this time cutting back in the other angle towards the setter.
Thompson's serve took a dive, well passed by Hudson. Montano, very difficult ball going over, controls herself. Hudson, it all started with a Pinoy dig.
Flying into the middle of the court, Pinoy keeping this ball alive. Look how short that is towards the middle of the court. But I love the heads-up play and feel by Fairbanks. Hudson's calling for it. It's not all the way out to the pin. Beautiful execution.
Pianot Pinoy, a terrific libero, worldwide star out of Thailand. JT to that back corner.
And that's been the difference. Again, another perfect pass. They're not setting the middles, oversetting the middles, but they're giving Thompson some room to hit in those seams.
Mrzik serving, front court setter both sides of the net, and both of these setters will attack if they see the opportunity. Slowed by Alanko and then covered by Alanko. Quick again outside. Mackenzie Adams again, ball right on target to push it to the outside.
So good, and Hudson is playing without fear right now. We've seen this, her as a young player in college, just going for it. When she finds that rhythm, that energy, she can just get super hot.
Eva Hudson 5 kills already. Igidi down the line.
Set on that slide attack, finding that space. We'll take a look at the block. See middle, holds a little bit. She just chops it. Doesn't have to hit it hard. Saying a little sorry, they kind of hit a little bit underneath the net. She and Adams.
Montano, just look at the approach in this elevation.
I love it. It's such an explosive move and a beautiful play. And they haven't said it yet this match, so I like that they're mixing this back row attack with her in.
Now Halasheva's serve is not good.
So the serves right now for Atlanta are not quite paying off like normal. They have 0 aces. This is the #1 ace serve team in the league.
Outside again for Adams, who's able to sneak it past the block.
Atlanta playing much better, certainly on the outside. Both outside hitters having a very good match.
Two-sport athlete at Texas San Antonio was Mackenzie Adams. Race is on, no good.
I like these chop shots that Thompson is hitting right now. When that ball falls in and she cuts it back, sometimes she gets blocked on that ball. She's done this twice now. Either get Montano out of the play completely or score, just like she did there.
Tia Jimerson, and Briseño slides in. Free ball opportunity. Oh, almost missed, and it was missed. Oh my.
That's tough. That was maybe a little miscommunication. Rishel thinking maybe Thompson was going to get this as she backed up. I'm not sure. Quite possibly.
Mrzik. Well done. Yeah, you want to see more Montano coming from Atlanta, and she delivers.
Been waiting for it. The block doing a nice job slowing some things down. Defense controlling it. Nice transition play by Atlanta. They've got to keep going in transition like that, getting the ball to the hot hitters right now.
Atlanta continuing to build their lead. Briseño with, again, the spinning serve receive. Don't try this at home, folks. Hudson attacking high hands. Right back at you. There's the finger wag from Tia Jimerson.
Been waiting for that. Atlanta is the #1 team in blocks in the league. So Jimerson getting there and getting in a good position. That ball's just behind Jordan Thompson. You see she doesn't have a full approach in. Jimerson just takes control of the net.
Blocking is her love language. It is Atlanta now on a 3-0 run. Ace serve for Mackenzie Adams to lead us to the break. It's amazing that Mackenzie Adams passing, attacking, And now serving, delivers the ace. And Atlanta, a better response in set number 2. That's their first ace. Two blocks. Houston has Houston took set number 1, clinched the number 1 overall seed, but we're seeing a very different look from Atlanta in this set. What's different?
Well, a very different team right now. Their outsides have really taken control. You saw Eva Hudson playing very well on the left side. They are hitting .530 in this set. They ended the last set hitting only 9%. So it's really an offensive confidence, offensive production that has totally changed in this set for Atlanta.
A little dance from Hudson, feeling good. There you
go. There's a little face. There you go.
Call that popping? Is that what that is?
Popping. Sure, it looks like popping. I don't know if that's what they call it.
That's what I call it.
Me too.
Another strong serve from Mackenzie Adams afterwards. Jordan Thompson, push. Hudson, over the top. It's popping.
It is popping. She's popping right now. Another smart play by Hudson. Tight set. She could try to go hands, but she didn't have any room to really hit that ball. Smart roll shot over the top.
Adams continuing to serve lasers. And Jess Merzik is saying, I got fingers, and Sonia Tomasevic cannot throw that flag high enough.
Yeah, it's all the way on the court. That went like 10 feet.
Yeah.
It's better than Sully.
Yeah, Eric Sullivan likes to go vertical.
Yeah, he's working on it. We'll take a look at this, see if we see any fingers here. She was pretty sure. Oh, yeah, there's the wag of the pinky.
You can break that pinky if it's any more, yeah. And indeed, it was a successful challenge. Atlanta doubling up Houston. We've talked about what Atlanta's doing better. What does Houston need to do?
Well, they need to slow down the outside hitters right now, get their block in order, or defensively get back to what they were doing in that first set, digging the ball well.
And they just look frozen in time now. Jimerson up top and over. But it wasn't even like a high-speed attack.
No, it wasn't. They were just kind of stuck in the ground right now. They have to pick up the intensity and the urgency, really, because you don't want to let matches get away from you, even though you've secured that number 1 seed.
Absolutely. Alanko again outside. Mackenzie Adams lasered, beautiful dig by Alanko. Wow! Briseño underneath it. Longest rally we have seen. Hudson unloads, but it's still in play. Montano tries a little tenderness.
How about it? That was the best rally we have seen so far. Hey, take a look at Tomasevic throws up that challenge flag. I think she thought the back row attack by Adams that she was on the line. I kind of thought that myself during play, but we'll see. This is my guess.
So
by
again,
the way,
you don't call that during the play. You wait to see how it ends. It could not end otherwise. But taking a look at the attack line fault, I do not see a break.
no, that is as close as it could possibly get.
Yep.
I don't know where that shoe, that white part of the shoe ends, but I don't think so. Well, now there it looks like she's on it.
Well, that's because they're farther away.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying.
Coming in. I say no.
I say no too based on this, but it's so close. I mean, wow. Those of you looking at home maybe have better eyes than we do. Zoom in if you can.
I have made my decision.
Listen.
Better eyes than you do.
Listen. Trying here. And remember, this was mid-rally, so
right.
A lot of action happening throughout the rally.
And they are agreeing with what I saw and you originally saw until you started flip-flopping, that Mackenzie Adams was just outside it. She was
So
the
close.
outside hitter of the year for League One volleyball in the inaugural year. There's JT again, a dig from Jimerson. Everybody on Atlanta's side doing incredible work. Yeah, Halasheva catches the net. Their question is this, and that's exactly it. Seeing Jordan Thompson go out, do you rest her now that you have the top seed locked up?
I mean, you can, because you know what she can do, right? Everyone knows what she is capable of doing, but it is a ton of swings. You said earlier, how many is too many, and I joked that there is no too many, but if you want her legs to be fresh, you want her to be in good, good shape for next weekend, it's a good idea.
Logan Lednicki is in her place, turned to the left. So again, we are seeing Micah Hancock and Logan Lednicki in now for the double sub for Houston. Sonia Tomasevic has said having these incredible setters. I mean, you got Micah Hancock, an Olympic medalist as well, Kaisa Lanko, and Sonia said, I wish I had this problem the rest of my entire coaching career.
Exactly.
To have to decide between these athletes. It was Micah Hancock's job setting. She was injured. Alanko did a great job, and Tomasevic said, I can't just put Micah back in. She's going to have to win it back.
Yeah, absolutely. And Alanka has proven that she can run this offense and get this team to this point where they are the number one seed. She's done a phenomenal job. It's nice for everyone, for those in the States that know Micah Hancock, to see her back on the court and helping this team out.
Eva Hudson again. You talked about the outside hitters for Atlanta needing to have a big day. What's your analysis so far?
Well, it's gotten better and better, certainly over the course of the last two sets. Hudson was hitting 710 before that swing right there. She is just hitting off the charts right now.
Beautiful ball. Maya Sands in as well for Houston, so lots of fresh bodies.
Well, see, and this is what playing this well does for Atlanta. It gives them confidence going in. They still want to win, right? They want to win this whole thing. So the better you can play now, the better it is for the playoffs.
Let's take a look at the outside hitters, Mackenzie Adams and Eva Hudson for Atlanta.
Well, Mackenzie Adams started off strong. She was the one that really established what they needed to do on the outside. Talked about her as an emotional leader for this team, and she got it done from the service line too. It took them a set and a half to get some things going from the end line, but they've gotten it going. Hudson on the other side, this has been her set. Set two, she has absolutely gone off for Atlanta, and they needed both of these outsides to be good.
Yeah.
Hudson hitting 600 right now.
Yeah, 6 kills in this set alone to your point. And the other thing about Mackenzie Adams, 21 receptions and only 1 error. They have targeted her. So you called for them to do a great job. They are. Montano as well.
Oh, they're playing so very well right now, and that's going to be the key to their success.
Montano just 1 kill in the first set, 3 in this one. So offense ramped up on all sides. A 10-4 run for Atlanta. Ball good. Hancock goes back. Logan Lednicki with the kill. Also important to get Lednicki, who hasn't seen a lot of time, some swings before heading into playoffs.
Well, Lednicki, as we all remember, as I remember, won a national championship this year at Texas A&M, and has been just a huge part of this. When she comes in the games, it's nice to have this double sub for Houston.
Yeah, and of course she won that championship playing against Eva Hudson and Kentucky. So, familiar foe.
Take a look at that. Different zone slide attack again, right in the middle between the setter and the antenna. Hits that ball down the line off the block.
We're again seeing the same substitution. Bea Nagrati in for Atlanta. 7-point lead for Atlanta. Mac Adams tries a little tenderness, just mixing it up.
Well, the other thing to mention is how well they've done slowing down the outsides of Houston. A lot of good block touches, maybe even stuffing the ball, and that's allowing them to have the success in their transition game, which has been great.
Nagrati continuing to serve. Yeah, Maddie Rischel, to your point, just 2 kills so far today. Back to Montano. What went wrong there for Houston on the block?
Well, Foley wasn't completely over the net. You can see some space as she makes her close move between the net and the block. She was right there, lined up perfectly, just not completely over.
Nagrati continuing. It's her 3rd serve. Big swing, but it's right at Nagrati. Here comes Mac Adams. Again, through the block. A different match altogether in the second set from the first.
Just powering through the block. The serve is more effective. Houston has been off the net, and they're counting on so much on the left side. That's a lot to set them that many balls and expect them to score so consistently. But the outsides have just been lighting it up for Atlanta.
Nagrati again, she has kept the ball on the outside. Lednicki this time gets him to take it down. The bench players coming in Sands, Hancock, and Lednicki with impact. Here comes the double sub back again.
They've got to just continue to find more ways to get that ball on the right side. That was a smart set by Hancock, because the block is just camped out right now on the left sides of Houston.
Blanco's serve is short.
Oh.
Jordan Thompson, big block, rips open the seam. You could feel it in that swing with intention.
Absolutely thumps that ball straight down. We'll take another look at that. Here's the touch and the defensive effort that keeps this going for Houston. But I love the defensive effort on both sides. Foley up and available and crushes this ball.
Oh, over the top. Off the block and out. Again, Foley so high above the net.
And I'd love to hear what Paolo Coco said to his team between sets 1 and 2. Because like you said, it's a totally different team right now. Totally different team. But I think it goes back to what they say. He handles every moment the same. Whether you're winning, whether you're losing, this is how we need to play the game. He has high expectations.
Alongo back to JT. Do you want to rest Jordan Thompson, do you think? Or do you want to let Nikki and Hancock and all of those players involved more before playoffs?
I think it's a combination of the two, because I think you do want to have that option, because there's going to be situations you get stuck in those two-hitter rotations where you're going to need it. So it'd be nice to just go in and out of it for both of those reasons.
Yeah, the trick, of course, is that there's only a one-entry rule. So once they enter and they exit, they cannot come back in. Mackenzie Adams serving for the set. Strong serve. Adams is getting it going, and the overpass. Tia Jefferson cleans it up.
Nice to see Atlanta find their rhythm, playing much better volleyball and showing everyone why they are the number 2 seed in the tournament.
Nebraska Austin will need Salt Lake. Final match of the regular season for Houston and Atlanta. Both will be going to the playoffs. Houston has clinched the number 1 seed. Atlanta has clinched the number 2 seed. And as we start looking at postseason, let's talk postseason awards. There is an overwhelming favorite for MVP of the league.
Well, without question, Jordan Thompson is playing her best volleyball that we have seen to date. She is hitting, before this match, 365, coming in with 423 points. Look at those kills percent, 5.68 kills percent. It is just another level of volleyball. And you heard her in that feature saying she hates to lose more than she likes to win. She wants to win badly, and she's my front runner for this award.
Oh, by far. Yeah, she has been really incredible. What makes her such a special and consistent athlete? She's a 2-time Olympic medalist. She's been doing this for a long time.
She has been, but I think it's really how her range continues to grow and develop in the game. You're not watching just the same shots. She's mixing it up. She's smart of who she's taking out at the right times. It's very difficult to slow her down when the set is perfect, but when things aren't perfect, that's where she's really taking care of the ball right now this season.
And, you know, she's talking to Kaisa Alanko. She's my pick for setter of the year.
And I love that pick. I love that pick because she has taken care of this Houston team. Again, Micah Hancock out with an injury, and Alanko came in, and it was just seamless. You're like, she is running the show. I mean, and you shouldn't be surprised. She is a phenomenal setter. We just didn't have a chance to really see her play a ton. So Alanko taking this team to a #1 seed for the playoffs. I think you've got it right.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun, Alanko, and the way she's been doing this. Of course, she has to get this team going for the second set. Before the match, you and I were talking about Magda Yahalasheva as a potential middle of the year. We haven't seen her do a lot today, but boy, has she been impactful through the season.
Well, Yahalasheva has been one of the best blockers in the league. She's just fast from pin to pin. She gets her hands on the ball quickly and has been an absolute shutdown blocker. She has been phenomenal. And this is why she could be and is definitely in the running for the top middle blocker in the league.
Split 1-1 in this match for Houston, who never really came alive in the second set. What do you want to see from them as a response?
Well, they have to pass the ball just a little bit better in this set. They passed so well that they were able to do whatever they wanted in the first set. They dropped off a little bit, and a ton of sets were going to the left side. A little more distribution, better distribution on the middle and the right side, I think will help them because Atlanta's block really slowed down their outsides.
Kaisa Alanko will start serving. First contact from Mac Adams. Straight through the middle, Montano.
And again, you can use her out of the right side of the court, out of the back row, and out of that middle area of the court. She can hit from anywhere.
Montano's played professionally in Italy, Turkey, Switzerland, South Korea, Sweden, Germany, and of course the United States. Waiting for the swing was Rischel. Wow. Brought down. Do you go back to JT? Nope, to Rafa. Thompson pretty excited about that.
That's a lucky break. Couple of opportunities, several opportunities for Houston to put that ball down. Now we'll take a look at this. Oh, I think that was actually a point.
I think off of Thompson's hands.
Yeah.
JT gets it straight back in her face, and Tia Jimerson is like, I'm not going to finger wag that.
No, because she knows how that feels. That was an excellent block, a good setup. When that ball ricochets right back in someone's face, that's hard to watch.
As a setter, do you set her again right now, JT?
On a good pass. I'm not going way high out of system to her. This one.
Unless she's seeing double, I suppose.
Yes, there is that.
Briseño sets Jordan Thompson, a beautiful ball to put away.
And that's the difference. You can see the flight of that ball, the rhythm of her approach, totally different than that high set that was falling inside a little bit, hard to really get your feet to. So right now in rhythm, see her rubbing that elbow there.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see some more back row attack when they feel like they have to set the left side. So we'll see if they do that a little bit.
Off the block and out. So you say that again.
Back row attack from Houston. I think there's times where they're forcing to the left side or feel like they have to. You can just lay a bick back there, maybe create a little more space.
To Rischel or Merzick, whoever is the
Yes,
back
out of the middle
court. Yep, outside hitter. Mackenzie Adams had a great day from the service line so far. And I was able to jinx her right there.
Hey, it happens.
A really nice service run from her in the second set. Oh, Foley with an ace. They were so sure it was going out.
She served in the first set. She served a short one there for an ace and then went back deep in the lane there. Same area of the court.
I love seeing her hand contact on that slow-mo. It looks deceptive. Going right back again, getting a dribbler. Montano winds up. She was trying for hands.
She was absolutely trying to get those hands and did not, but it's the serving, right? Just mixing it up, the serving pressure, forcing Atlanta to not be as in rhythm. They've just seemed like they've been in perfect rhythm that whole last set.
Back to JT. Montano again, able to go. She goes for that very deep corner. Why is it such a difficult shot to defend?
Well, when you're standing there defensively, you're inside, you kind of cup inside the court, and that deep corner, unless you're standing in it, you're not going to defend it.
First contact. Alanko to her knees. Alanko goes back to the middle, and there is Yahalasheva.
This is why we talked about her in that segment as a potential top middle blocker of the league this year. Sees it so well.
Houston is challenging, though, a floor touch earlier.
Ooh. So if any part of this ball touches the floor, it's down. And we'll take a look at that here. See if you can see part of that ball hit the floor. Taking a couple different looks, different angles here. That looks like it hit the floor.
It does to me, too.
Yeah, it did.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I think so. But again, we are not the referees.
That challenge is successful, so you could be.
No, I really couldn't.
For that one call.
For one point in my life, I could be.
Blocked at fives. Foley serving. Trouble. Hudson stays behind it. It was destined from the start.
Yeah, that starts with a serve, and that's what right now Houston has done a little bit better. Put some more service pressure on them, get them off the net, getting Atlanta off the net just a little bit more.
Just waiting in the air, a frame by frame. What else could Magda have done?
Well, that's difficult when you're, and this is called a full commit block. She's waiting for it. She jumps at the same time. I mean, there's almost no getting around it.
Service error is a break. Montano. Oof. Messy so far. Tipped ball. Everybody scrambled. There's the thing that you called for. Backcourt outside hitter. And again, it was the block. Fairbanks and Yahalasheva.
And that block has been so good. Just, again, they're not stuffs. They're not straight down all the time. They're either slowing it down or controlling it. They're controlling it right along the net.
We've been tied at 5s, 6s, 7s, and now an ace.
How about it? Atlanta going back there. Montano, who has been going after it, missed a couple of these serves, finally got one tonight.
Oh, back-to-back aces for Ivan Montano.
It's one of those things, once you feel it, you know, you get one, you know you can just go ahead and rip the next one. That was a perfect toss. That's how it gets in front of her so she can get on top of that ball.
Anticipation building for the third serve. Back-to-back aces for Montano. Are you kidding? 3 consecutive aces.
No way. That toss was behind her. I actually thought it was going to go out, and it just sat right on the end line.
And nobody's calling a timeout because you know you're just 2 points away from one. Wow. Ball passed. Good start. Jordan Thompson says, enough of this.
Perfect set, laying that back there for her to get a split block too. They've got to get Jordan Thompson really going right now.
Absolutely incredible service run there. Attacking the hands is Hudson.
She really has been playing like a veteran. I mean, all the shots right now, unafraid, a big block in front of her, and very smart with what she's doing with the ball.
Following it all the way out is Jess Merzick.
You know, you got to be sure.
You've been a little burned. But it was really, those serves from Montano were not, in my opinion, Houston errors.
No.
Those were dive bomb serves. Back to Montano again. She's got a nice swing going. Setter as well. Rischel playing within herself for the kill.
Very nice out of system play. Talked about her at the beginning of the match and just how smart she is with the ball. That's a high out of system ball hitting off the hands.
Montano again. Just a rip time and time again.
But man, it starts with Igini back there just scooping Montano out of the back row. How about that play for a middle blocker?
Contact is good. Out to Adams. Again. Change of pace. Atlanta has the edge midway through the third set. It has been Ivan Montano with 8 kills and only 1 error. 53% kill percentage. 1 out of every 2 balls is dead. Sounds good. Atlanta has 4 aces so far in this match, 3 of them consecutively by Montano.
Well, and they're so difficult to pass because they go deep and into that last area of the court. You think that ball's going out. I mean, you don't blame them for letting them go, but man, she hit that so consistently and got her team back into this set. Montano has been so good, not just from the service line, has been effective as an attacker. It can get her going even just a little bit more here. Remember, she came in when Tessa Grubbs got hurt, and she has been so good in this last stretch of the season.
Yeah, this has been the year of the opposites, and that is something we've seen through volleyball internationally as well. The opposites are your outlet, and Jordan Thompson has been so efficient at it. Montano again. Block was a part of it. It blasted Foley off the net, and so she couldn't get back for that block on Mackenzie Adams.
And you could see her running back there, and they kept it. Fairbanks was able to keep her in system, so there was only a one-on-one block.
If you can caption it, it's Foley saying, no!
Exactly, not there.
Great spot by Fairbanks, as you point out, being situationally aware. Uh-oh.
She takes too long to serve. We'll see if we can
I don't.
take a look.
No, Sonia Tomasevic has a very happy face.
Yes. I think it may have been. I'm not sure, though.
Well, we see the countdown clock there showing the serve. You do have to serve within a certain number of seconds. 8 seconds, I believe it is. Fairbanks is a front court setter for Atlanta. I pointed out she may just dump this ball if it's close. It is not close. Message sent.
That is the ball. Very good at hitting that line. Coming in. Cuts. Look how fast that arm swing. That was a slow motion play, and her arm swing still looks fast.
Foley, it's blocked back. We're really seeing the middle blockers be so much more effective later on in this third set now.
Watch out. That perfect pass held the middle blocker on the other side. Montano could hit that ball wherever she wanted.
Jimerson saying, eat.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's Foley that got stuck there in the middle, but you got to respect it. They're setting the middle so much. You've got to hold with them on a perfect pass.
Absolutely. You know, this is tough because who do you want to play in playoffs? The 1 seed or the 2 seed? I mean, Houston captured the 1 spot, but sets 2 and 3, Atlanta has looked like the better team.
Yeah, right now, neither. I don't know.
So smart. Yvonne Montano with her 11th kill, and they've all looked different.
Look at this. We talked about the range and how good she's been. Tipping that ball, seeing the defense deep down the court. Very smart play over top of the block.
Houston in this timeout as they trail early on. For them, what do you want to see them adjust at the moment?
Well, it's been back and forth, but really it was that serving stretch that kind of got them a little bit out of sorts. They've got to continue to handle the ball well. Jordan Thompson is playing better and getting more kills, more consistent kills. Get her a couple of balls here, and of course out of the middle. But really it's what Atlanta is doing to really disrupt what they want to do. They just need to get themselves going here. Find some energy and slow down the train of Atlanta.
Fairbanks will continue the run. Block has sent it back again. The passes are just off far enough that Houston's not running their middle effectively.
And that's the swing that they need. You've seen so many blocks by Atlanta either rattle along the net, easy back over the net. Got to hit higher, and that's what Rishel can do.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
There's the patience by Jordan Thompson, not reaching over the net, just waiting for the moment.
And you have to. You have to be smart at the net for sure. She was very smart and in control.
Eva Hudson trying to chase that. What's your analysis?
Well, the set was a little bit too close perhaps to the net, or maybe too close to the setter. There was some distance issues left and right and front and back.
It almost looks like a different play was called as far as where that was going to be. And so she was taking off in a different spot.
Yeah.
Jimerson continues. Closest set we have seen. Houston, as you can see by the score top left, dominated the first set, and it was the same story in a mirror opposite image in the second. Another ace serve.
This is where they can really go on runs. Again, Adams has the ability to do it. We saw Montagna do it. She rips that serve, facing straight ahead and thumb down back to the left side of the court.
Mac Adams, another laser. Well played.
Tight set. Those are the balls we're talking about that Jordan Thompson has been very smart with and able to score around this block.
Yeah, Mac Adams has some long serving runs. She's served 12 balls so far in this match. Fairbanks only is better with 13. Hit with a feather.
And the right idea, the right swing. We'll see if she got that touch going high and flat. Talked about how important it is not to hit into that Atlanta block. It's critical right now. That's where they were so good in that second set.
Houston challenging now. There was no call, no touch called.
See if they caught the hands there at the net.
Ooh. I have to see it from behind, I think.
Ooh.
Oh, ring finger,
Ring finger is what
left
I'm
hand.
seeing.
Other outside blocker.
Barely, but I see it. Again.
Like if she cut her fingernails, maybe we wouldn't have this issue.
Yes. Cut them down. Ooh.
Challenge is unsuccessful.
Let's see. Sonia making that face like, looked like a touch to me, but moving on.
Contact is perfect, setting that ball up.
I need more middle attack. This 31 or kind of gap a little bit further away from the setter has been very successful for Houston. Continue to run that on a good pass.
And it was interesting because you could see where Yahalasheva was taking away. So that was the only place that Igidi was going to attack the ball, but it was just too much. Uh-oh, bad ball, sorry. It was.
That's unfortunate, a little error there. Tough play that you want to get back. We'll watch this bump set, over set. Yeah. Smart heads up play by Montagna.
Well, it was interesting. Alanka was still trying to regain her footing after colliding with Igidi, so. Two-point lead for Atlanta. Match is split at 1-1. These are the 1 and 2 seeds in the playoffs, which will begin next week. Well covered by Yahalasheva. Oh, and hammer cross court. Hudson's having fun.
Well, she's having fun, and she has no fear right now. Look at this approach. Gets off the net hard into that angle. puts it down. She doesn't care who's in front of her.
A little smirk for Mackenzie Adams. 3-point lead now, and look at this distribution for Atlanta.
No, it's been really good, and I like how they're moving the ball around to the pins, getting the middle involved enough as well, but it's very good distribution.
Back to JT. Makes him take it down, and Magna not happy.
Snuck it through the block. That's a tough one when she stretches out like that, because the rhythm's not perfect for the blocker. You see it coming, and then they're way out in front of it, and it rattles in front of you.
Yeah, you hate that as a blocker. You can see her saying, "Oh." Oh, that was pretty. Montano from the backcourt.
Just winding up right now. So that's the difference. All the pins, both left sides and their opposite right now, hitting at a very high rate for Atlanta. Very efficient, and Fairbanks putting them in very good positions.
Perfect contact. How about that?
At the right time.
Maya Sand's so excited about it. That's exactly what she wanted her to do with it.
That's perfect pass, and there's Alanko. Great vision, peripheral vision to see that opportunity available.
Sands was down already, and so it had to be Thompson.
What a nice play. Good swing down the line, and Ajiti was there. Kept it alive. They just couldn't keep it going.
Van Magrati coming in as we have seen this substitution. Magrati made a big difference when she came in set number 1 and 2.
She's a phenomenal server. She can handle the balls, scoop balls in the left back. I mean, this is a libero that is in a DS spot right now.
Serve takes the middle out of the options. Did she overturn it? No, it was to the line, I think.
Yeah, I hope not. Not that I care who
Right.
gets the point, but man, that would be frustrating. It was the right idea. Montano was on the ground already from the first tip.
I mean, Montano has had double-figure scoring in every match, including this one, since February 14th.
That's a long time.
Jimerson now.
The passing has been there for Atlanta to allow them to run the middle blockers on this slide attack. The problem is you also have Montano coming in, so Foley has to wait and see if that big attack is going to come down the middle. Nice slide attack by Jimerson.
Fairbanks serving Atlanta just 2 points away from going up 2-0. There you can run the middle. Thompson off the block.
You can run it, but man, that was the perfect set. You see how it came out of her hands, high, all the way out to the pin. Perfect set.
Can Houston make their push? It's got to come right here. Back to Jimerson, picked up by Alanko. It's a tough ball over the top of Thompson's head. Tough for mortals, that is.
Another smart shot by the immortal Jordan Thompson, seeing the opposite come underneath the block and tipping that ball all the way sharp into that angle.
Good time for Atlanta to use their timeout. Try to ice the server a little bit.
It is a good time. Right now, they've been serving a little bit tougher, and I like how Houston has put the ball on Atlanta just with a little more pressure. But right now, both pins can score for both sides.
I mean, it all comes down to this. The League One volleyball playoffs are in Louisville, where the top 4 teams battle all weekend long. Coverage begins on Friday on Victory Plus continues Saturday on ESPN Plus, and then wraps up on Sunday in the final matchup on USA Sports, Sunday, April 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern.
And it all leads to the championship in Long Beach, California, April 16th and 18th, with both games at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on USA Sports.
And there is the golden set this year. What's different about this is that you play your seed, so one plays 4 twice. It's crazy. If you're at 1-1 after that, 1 set to 15 to take it all. Ball's up. Over dig. Here it is again. Briseño starts the tempo. And Thompson finishes it off. We're locked up at 23.
There's the flex we've been waiting for. Full flex after the swing. Transition play, but I like how the outside Merzic got a good hard angle on that ball that created the transition attack.
There was a challenge on the pancake. Was it actually down? Atlanta going to challenge that ball.
And we'll take a good look and see if any part of that ball was on the floor. I thought it was clean live, but again, you can't see it all that fast.
Also, we've both been wrong about 6 times.
All the time. Oh, but this is a huge point. A huge point.
They're saying the challenge was unsuccessful. Paolo Coco respectfully disagrees.
And it's difficult. It's when you're seeing it up there, you're seeing it on the board. He is fired up right now. And he understands how important all these points are for his team. He wants to win.
It's now been a Houston 3-0 run. Remember, it was 23-20. Rischel behind the service line. Mackenzie Adams. Woo! What a dig by Alanco. Just a little long as Thompson came inside to get that ball.
That was a big play. Rischel is thinking there's a touch. She wants a challenge. I don't know if they're going to.
There is indeed, yeah, Houston said, okay, they're going to challenge it. I didn't see it live.
I don't know if anyone believes her right now, including Sonia, but hey, again, it's a tight set. It's a huge point right now.
Yeah, and it is Atlanta's set point if this stands. The challenge, wait, was unsuccessful, but Sonia saying,
you can see it. I don't know.
What finger are you seeing?
Oh, hold on, let me see it again. We go through it, that ring finger?
I don't see it.
Maybe. Again, maybe. She's angry. I don't like that stare. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that stare.
For the set, Atlanta's point. And that's a no. Denied by Thompson.
Just elevating right now. I would be setting her every ball to finish this set. We'll take a look at this rip down the line and the flex back to her team.
I mean, it's over the top.
Yeah, you can't do anything about that unless you're standing in the exact right spot.
Montano. Off the hands, back to JT, you betcha. And she scores again.
That block touch and the controlled ball by Rischel in the middle back. That's what allowed that to happen, but it really started with the serve. It's Foley again with a tough serve towards zone 1, towards Adams.
Houston, first set point.
Oh.
Snap down by Onyeafebu, comes off the bench. We're seeing her for the first time in this match, and that's what she does?
Oh, I love it. She sees Aijidi right in front of her, cuts it back. That's an impact. An excellent substitution.
You had one job.
And you did it.
And you did it. Pass is good. Back to JT. Blocked down. Hudson and Yaharasheva.
You know where it's going. And I would hit down the line as well because you don't want to hit any Yarosheva. But look at Hudson pressing back into the court. That is a huge play by the rookie player.
It's Atlanta set point number 2. Tia Jimerson serving for the set. First contact is mid. Thompson swing, it was good.
And maybe a little stare down too after the swing, hitting that ball hard into the angle. It's like, you're not getting me again.
Who was she staring at?
I think it was Hudson. I don't know.
Mind your elders. Montano, ripper, back third of the court.
It's just the speed of that arm that if you're not there, you're not going to touch it. It goes through the block too fast. And I like the battle of the opposites right now.
Atlanta set point number 3. What a set we have had.
DeHoe comes in, no setter on the floor now for Atlanta. She comes in as a blocking sub. So look for Houston to set middle or right.
Montano serve, well passed, options available. Thompson cannot be recovered.
Smart play. They knew they had a huge block in DeHoe out there on the outside. You see the middle had to cheat to the right and leaves that space for Thompson.
Locked up again at 27s. Slowed by the block. Positive block touch. Hudson. It's on. Alonco, Montano underneath it. Houston outlasts.
Oh, that was great. That was all crazy. Actually, I'm not sure what happened. There was a lot going on there. I saw Alonco slow that first ball down. That was really good.
Houston with their second set point. Remember, Atlanta was leading this match 23-19. Or this set, excuse me, 23-19. Hudson, uh-oh, track shoes on. Who do you go to? Montano.
You know it, I know it. Everybody knows it. But there's nothing you can do about it. On a free ball, perfect pass. Could go to the middle, but you gotta keep an eye on Montano. Too fast and too hot to handle.
15 kills for Montano. Oh, just long.
That's the second one by Hudson, long like that to that area of the court.
Houston, set point number 3. Atlanta survives.
Smart swing by Adams. You can see that ball hit off the block and then into the antenna. So Atlanta staying in system and scoring.
Thompson, ripper.
Too much. She is just too much right now. This is where she gets angry. We need to win this set.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Nope.
Set point number 4 for Houston. Alonco serving. Mac Adams wants it back. Well dug. It's got to go to Thompson. And with good reason. Outside again. Back to Montano. You betcha. To Hudson. chip shot.
Was not expecting that at all. None of it. The set, the execution of it. I love it.
Nobody. You watch that block go either way.
Yeah, I'd be going either way too. I'd be gone.
Rookie, chip shot. You got Montano back there. They were like, that was option number 4.
Love it. That's a smart play by both Fairbanks and Hudson.
Doesn't that show the faith that she has in Eva Hudson, too?
Absolutely. She's proven it throughout this match, that's for sure.
I mean, this is so tense, 30-all, third set.
Ooh.
Was it good? They're going to take their time looking at it. Atlanta says it's out. I'm going to let the official take his time looking at it. Everyone kind of holding their breath.
It was a serious cut, and it was very close.
On the line, Paolo throws his hands in the air, and he definitely cares.
Immediately tosses that flag. Let's take a look at this.
Oh.
So we're going to see if it flattens when it slows down, and we take a look at this replay on the line.
Now this is kind of interesting because the official just took his time.
Yes.
To look at it. So Paolo is saying, no, I want you to look at it again.
And I'm afraid it's going to be the same result.
And it is.
It's right there. You can see it. Yeah, that's a tough one to try to overrule the official.
Ever just looked at it.
Yeah, tough.
It does, however, make the server think about it a little longer.
Slows things down.
Set point number 5. Oh, and that's what it does. That is what that challenge does.
Exactly. Took his time, a little more time, make them think about it just a little bit longer. It keeps his team in this match. The master, Paolo Coco.
Mac Adams. Everyone knows where it was going there. Montano here. Thompson's behind. She's, of course, ready to swing it. You know where it's going. How do you stop her?
You just can't. You have to turn up your game to another level of immortality. That's it.
What level is that?
There's no level.
This is why Jordan Thompson is the leading candidate for league MVP. Set point number 6 for Houston. Jimerson scooped. Jimerson wants to be on every play here. Montano, little roll shot. Well picked up. Foley's defense. Hudson, it's Doug. JT, back in your face. Hudson and Jimerson.
And there's the wag. Been waiting for it. And at some point, someone was going to have to slow her down. All the swings in a row, back to back. And
right.
Jimerson, not today.
What a set, 32 all. I mean, Thompson jumping time and time and time again. Of course, so were the blockers, to be fair. Pass is good from Briseño. Yeah, JT. There's no chance you said anybody other than JT right there.
I mean, no. I was thinking, do you mix it up? You set the net now.
But now JT's in the back court. You set her here?
Well, she's been hitting very well out of the back row. So, yeah, maybe.
Set point number 7 for Houston. Strong serve. What a dig by Briseño. No good. Yahalasheva with a kill.
Perfect pass by Adams. Let's give her a little credit there. Handling this pass, serving pressure.
She has been outstanding in her serve receive. Mac Adams. Oh my. New speed unlocked on the serve by Montano. Who knew Eva Hudson? We all knew.
So good. Here's that deep serve.
Wow.
Handled well, but I love the chase down by Adams, that made it all happen. A smart swing by Hudson. How about it? I'm backing up just a little bit here on this serve. Her aces have been deep on the line. Might be able to handle it if it's in front of you a little bit better.
Atlanta, set point. Again. Almost got a tape ace there. Great dig by Pinoy. Back to JT. Can't stop her. And can't contain her either.
No, they just keep giving themselves opportunities. Give credit to the other outsides. They're swinging away, creating these opportunities to come back in transition for JT to score.
Dumped by Fairbanks.
Perfect time. Rachel Fairbanks sees the block. It's right on top of the net. No one's expecting it. That has not been done yet. Perfect pass, perfect execution.
Mackenzie Adams has received 45 serves, and that one again, just perfect. Ella Mae Powell in to serve the 5th set point for Atlanta. Jordan Thompson tries a different pace. Mac Adams tips, it's up. They've done it. Atlanta outlast Houston in an epic 3rd set.
Incredible resilience by Atlanta. That was up in that set and stayed calm, stayed patient. Figured out what they needed to do to win this set and got it done.
Second longest set in League One history. And it's time for our Skims moment of confidence.
Well, Matanya came up big when they needed it the most. She has been so efficient at the net with that fast arm swing that is nearly impossible to defend. Huge moments at the net and also from the service line. So it is perfectly appropriate for Montano to be Skim's moment of confidence.
Well, they bring that into the fourth set. That was an incredible third set. Taking a look at the monster matchup between our opposites, this is the way we started the show, and it's lived up to the billing.
It absolutely has, and of course, Jordan Thompson with 26, she just came alive right there at the end. Montano doing what she needed to do for her team, but I think the difference right now is Adams and Hudson. We talked about that as well. What pins were going to step up? And right now, you can see all that Jordan Thompson's doing. She needs some help. She needs some help from her pins. So see if she can get something more out of Merzick and Rischel.
Yeah, looking at the kills right now, Rischel 5 and Merzick just 2. So again, they've been going in the middles a lot, but it's a lot of swings for Jordan Thompson. 51 swings.
That's a ton, and she can do it. She can absolutely light it up, but she has to have a supporting cast right now. Certainly offensively, she's going to need some more action out of the outsides.
And that's on Alanko as well, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. It's on Alanko, and it's on the passing as well. So she's been setting that ball to the outsides, and they've had some trouble scoring.
A good pass results in a set to Foley. Tia Jimerson contorts herself to go crossbody.
Whatever happens, whatever works. And it's good to see her smiling. The first set, she was not happy. She was like, I need to find some kind of something here.
It's interesting. We came into this match talking about who's going to get the top seed. That was decided after the first set. So you think maybe Houston's going to rest at this point, maybe rest some of those. No chance. No chance. That 36-34 is the second longest set in league, or second longest set in League One history. Houston was involved in the longest set, and it was a win by Houston over Nebraska, 37-35. Well done. That was so patient by Rischel. They're trying to argue it, by Merzick, excuse me. They're trying to argue it, but no.
She's making a face through the net.
Back to Montano. Off the block and good.
Man.
How do you get that turn off the block and out?
It is difficult, especially when it's tight, but you see her just drop her thumb down, and that creates that wrist action to get this ball to go out of bounds.
Better pass, lets them run the middle again. Set came in a little bit low, and Montano, oh my. Igini, we say grab the ball when you block.
Oh, she grabbed the ball before she even swung at it. This is exactly what you want, but the outside hitter's on the ground. Igini knows exactly where it's going, lines up perfectly for the stuff.
The intensity in this gym is like they're playing for the championship.
Love it. I love it.
And Hudson having a great day. Briseño slides underneath to get it. Merzick puts it away. Every point has a gravitas.
It absolutely does. You can feel it. It's palpable in the air. Like, this is a huge defensive play, and now Merzick sees a little bit of space right between that block.
JT. Tip. Alanko has options. She goes back to Jordan Thompson. Has to stay on the ground. She's even got the Midas touch there.
Yeah, that's tough. You want to make a play on that ball. This hits a down ball to Atlanta. A little confusion there. You don't see that very often.
Extraneous conversation. See if we can figure out what's happening here.
Well, Paulo Coco threw a challenge flag, and I thought the referee said that you cannot challenge whatever he was asking for.
Okay, about reaching over the net.
Oh, he's talking about Jordan Thompson hitting that down ball, maybe out of the back row.
No, couldn't be. She was on her feet.
I'm just telling you, I think that's what's happening here. I'm just reading body language right now.
This match has turned into the barn burner.
Got to keep control of this. And yeah.
First contact's good, allows him to go to the middle.
Nice set, running the middle attack. Hasn't been a ton, but at the right times.
You know, it feels like this is going to be the theme of this set after we've talked about the opposites so much in Montano and Thompson, is she who passes best wins.
Get the middles involved. That's going to be it. That's going to be the key.
No middles involved in this one. And talk to me about that decision as a national team setter yourself.
Well, I mean, it's a far way to go on a bump set way off the net. You've got JT in front of you who might be able to make a nice play on a D ball. So, might not be my choice.
That was very diplomatically said,
Thank
Selena.
you. Thank you very much.
Front court setter and Alanko, and
oh my. I don't think she got hit in the back of the head.
Better shoulder than head.
Yes. Oh,
upper back.
That could have been bad.
Yeah, 1 foot higher.
Yeah. That's why sometimes you see the blocker standing there with their hands behind their head when you have a jump server.
Well, messy pass, no play made. Houston trying hard to get to the middle. Absolutely, back to Montano on this one.
Oh, wow. Oh, no. No way.
That's a kill.
It is a kill. Poor Pinoy, she had 2 huge defensive plays in that rally. We'll take a look at this play one more time. JT scoops Alanko. Everyone thinks it's down. She keeps going.
And GD. There you go. Attacking numbers for Kaisa Alanko.
Stay with the play, people. That's the lesson learned. Stay with the play.
Kaisa Alanko has 2 kills now.
Look at her.
Yeah. I don't know what it is with these setters, but anything you can do, I can do better.
No matter how it comes over and you get a point, the other setter's going to make a play on it. Kind of had a feeling.
What is that?
I don't know. It's just a thing.
It's a thing.
It's just a thing. I can't explain it. I got nothing.
Competitive.
Yep.
GD. Wasn't fast, but it was high.
High and over the top. Hudson not in a bad spot. It's just difficult to defend that when it's coming at your head from that angle.
Mac Adams up top. 3 kills for Kaisa Alanko.
Just making plays. Jordan Thompson flops down to make that save. There's a fast set to the pin. It's the right idea, getting Thompson out of the play, but that's the better play by Alanko.
I mean, how is Jordan Thompson not exhausted at this point? 52 swings she has had.
Oh,
blistering.
Beautiful out of system set, high and inside. And Adams can keep going with that ball, hit that hard 4-4.
Mackenzie Adams now double-figure kills with 10. Atlanta leading this match 2-1. Houston, 5-point lead in set number 4. Pinoy.
Wow.
Now that's a set.
Wow. That was beautiful. The set from way off the court, and Adams tracking it as well. Take a look at the serve that pulls the ball way off the net. Pinoy.
That is the most thoughtful out-of-system set.
Turns, looks at it with intention.
Isn't that the thing, though, at the younger levels, the junior levels, you know, liberos, you know, they're digging balls, they're passing balls, but the ones who can set well really make the difference. And certainly Piano Pinoy has done that. Houston, however, leading set 4. League One Volleyball is presented by Skims, the official loungewear, intimates, and sleepwear partner of Love. Isn't she beautiful?
It's a pretty thing right there. Everyone's fighting for the League One championship trophy.
Taking a look at the standings, we have our 1 and 2 seeds set, Houston and Atlanta, but oh my, later today, some matches are going to make some differences with those next 3.
And you said it earlier, who do you want to play if you're the 3 and 4, whoever secures those spots, or even if you're the 1 and 2, everyone's playing so well right now. We saw Nebraska and how well they played recently. It's an exciting time right now.
Yeah, and those matches will determine 3 teams vying for 2 playoff positions left. We'll get that answer later today. Meanwhile, Houston, what's going well for them in this set?
Well, a couple of things. They've been better on the left side. Merzick in particular has been scoring at a higher rate. That's what they've needed to do, and they're serving just a little bit tougher, so they're keeping Atlanta off the net and not as in rhythm as they've been.
Mackenzie Adams again receiving. Montano tips just in the right spot out of Briseño's reach.
Well, it's so difficult because Jordan Thompson's there for the off-blocker tip, but that's way far underneath. That's too far, and you can't do both. You can't dig down the line if you're Briseño and pick up that tip at the same time.
Big swing with energy from Merzick. And then Foley, patient.
Merzick has really stepped up this set, taking some big rips, and again, taking a little bit of that load off of Jordan Thompson. That's what that team needs right now.
Raffaella Folli has been playing professionally in Italy until she came here since 2008.
That is a long time.
Yeah. She was the best server in the Love Classic last year. I realize she just missed that serve. She's human. But, best blocker in the Italian Cup for years, the best middle blocker in Champions League. Just incredible career. They're going for the middle every chance they can.
Yeah, they need to. Just mixing it up a little bit for now, for later, right? All the things to win the match, but you've got to find some rhythm with your hitters and not just completely rely on one right now.
Briseno, beautiful tempo for that pass. Yaharasheva sends it back, and then again, that is the dominance. Hudson and Yaharasheva combined.
They've been so good at the nets, and I love how they stayed in, recognizing that Ajiti was going to get set again. Here's that tight. Watch the press.
Oh.
Just hold. Strong shoulders by Eva Hudson, winning that joust at the net.
And then she looks away at it like walking away from a burning house.
Right.
She's like, that happened. Pushing it to Ajiti, and it pays off.
3 in a row on first ball, and I like that. Got to find that rhythm, get her some confidence, get that middle going. Well, we got to talk about the passing. 3 perfect passes to make that happen.
On the run here, Hudson, big swing. Montano unable to be chased down.
Really nice swing by Montano. Again, moving it around. We've seen her hit that seam, that clean line, the tool off the block. Now hard into that angle as well.
Fans here are having a wonderful time watching this volleyball, and after that third set, 36-34, they're all in it. Fairbanks outside to Hudson.
Hudson.
I would say Hudson's been a revelation, but she's always been great, but in the pro league's first year, do you expect this kind of production?
You really don't. I mean, it's been cool. If you follow her career and you've seen her play volleyball, you could maybe expect it. She's a confident kid.
Oh, yeah.
She gets after it, and I shouldn't call her a kid, woman, I'm sorry. Just absolutely gets after it. And once she finds that rhythm, there's just no stopping her. I love it.
13 kills, just 3 errors on 31 swings for Eva Hudson. She's also received a good deal of balls. I mean, she's got 15 points today. That blocking has made hitters are thinking about her now when you go up there. As they think about Yaharasheva.
And Alanko again at the net. She just keeps making plays. All these little things are happening around her, and she's just making it happen. Even if the execution isn't great. She wasn't happy about that set, but she still finished the play.
Backcourt dominance from Montano.
That's happened a couple of times when they've served the outside hitter short. They've set this back row attack, and it's difficult because there's a slide also. So Rishel has to peel out on that slide. Just got to guess.
Oh, just a chip shot, so steady and smart. Decade of experience to get that.
Incredible. I mean, that probably hit off the elbow, the outside of the blocker. I think that was Fairbanks' elbow. And yeah, she's pointing at it. I saw her in a different camera pointing at it.
Smart.
Very smart play. You saw Ajiti backing up and was still on her heels when that ball was tipped over the top.
Bea Negrati has come in every set and played this defensive specialist role. First contact was tough. A nice set by Alanko.
Good hang there. Rishel hitting that a little bit on her way down, but was able to rattle it through the block of Jimerson, whose hands were just a little bit too high and coming down.
Alanko served down the line again. Mackenzie Adams receiving the ball well. Well, got a little messy. How is everybody?
Everyone seems okay. Foley gonna hung on to that ball for a little bit. Nice tip over the top. Take a look at this here. And there's the net violation. I think that was called immediately on Jimerson.
Yep.
Forearm on the top of the tape.
Atlanta taking a timeout to slow it down with this 4-point lead. Houston pushing for a 5th set.
Well, I like the response by Houston, by both teams, really. You know, this is what you see at the highest level of volleyball, right? Someone's going to come out strong, and how do you respond as the opponent? You know, you rarely see a blowout in these matches.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you rarely see it. They all are so experienced. They know how to regroup. Excellent coaches that can adjust and readjust. And I think that's what makes this league so good. The matches are always compelling and always at a high level. Take a look at Fairbanks here, making these calls. See her calling for her attackers.
So those signals mean what, generally speaking?
That's generally who's hitting what ball where. I'm telling you exactly where you're going. Nobody knows who's going to get set but her, though, which is the beauty of it as a setter.
Yes. You disappoint 3 people every time you set the ball. Montano.
Looked like there was a net violation on the side of Houston. I'm not sure who caught the net, but no arguments on that side.
I mean, that really is the point of setting, right? You've got 4 attack options. 3 people are mad every time.
You know, hey, I got to make a decision here. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Let me just do what I do.
Everybody calling for it. You've lived with that at the highest level.
Yeah. Oh.
The block continues. Mackenzie Adams.
Well, they've been very good when that ball's close to the net at surrounding the ball. You can see the ball drift towards the net. JT tries to take a big swing at it, but has no room to go, and I like that block move by Adams.
9 blocks for Atlanta. Well done. That's a nice set to deal with as well. Free ball. Who do you set?
Middle. No.
That was tough coming over her head.
It was. And you saw Matanya pull her hands down. Rishel was going for it. You know she's going to hit high off the top of the block. She swung as hard as she could into the stands with no block in front of her.
Fans, keep your hands up.
Watch out.
Houston taking a timeout after Atlanta has come roaring back.
So I like Paulo Coco just talking very specifically about things. You can usually tell he starts talking about blocking and how somebody attacks the ball, where you need to be. Very specific in his timeouts. All these coaches are very different. Some back off a little bit and let the team run it. He's always in there very, very specific in his instruction.
When he was working through some injuries and illness earlier, and I got to talk to him, and he said, my blanket is short. And I said, what? And he said, I can cover my head but not my feet. Or I can cover my feet but not my head. He's like trying to make decisions as to who he will use or not. But that's the way it came out. He said, my blanket is short. I have to decide what I'm going to cover.
Sounds like something my mom would say. Like, what?
Makes total sense. He's got a big blanket now. Off the block and out.
And that's the difference of the ball. So the ball is high and drops inside and tight, and then it's a little bit higher. I mean, you can see it. I can see it. The difference of when JT has room to hit off the top and off the edge. Just a little bit different set.
Jimerson, full hack. Was that ball up?
I guess so. Oh,
that one's down. And a very slow stare and turnaround.
But I like the repeat. Going back to Jimerson, the first one, Rachel scoops up and is waiting for the second one. She's right in line for it, but it just sits in her lap and goes nowhere. Jimerson. Oh, she's ready.
1 point separates these two. This serve to tie it up, and it's long.
And that's the risk you take with the jump servers. They're going to rip it. They're going to get some aces. They're going to get them off the net, but occasionally that's what you're going to see as a miss. That's okay. You'll take that right now.
What has Foley added by coming back healthy again with this team?
Oh, so many things. I mean, she's just has this experience from every single area of the game. She's good.
Negrati to Montano. And a net violation against Houston.
Atlanta chipping away. We'll see if we have another barn burner here going point for point. Anything like the last set.
Yeah, right. We got nothing but time.
Oh.
Back to Thompson. No surprise.
No, not at all. It's a nice set. Find some room between the block once again.
Jordan Thompson, 28 kills. The League One record is 31 kills. Dig is good. Hudson now. Merzick off the block and out.
Jess Merzick has turned on a new speed, a new level right now in this set. You can see just how she's approaching the game, how her speed of her approach right now.
Ace serve by Jordan Thompson and a big time flex.
I love her flex. Here's that serve down the line to the left side and it drops, both of them. She's looking right at somebody on the bench. She's like, I got you, whoever told me to serve that.
Set point for Houston. Hudson, heavy. Man, it's fearless.
I mean, just seeing the block well, that is a big block in front of you. And you asked about, do you expect this? You'd expect it from her, but it's hard in this league as a young player to score the way she's scoring right now.
And you just don't know when somebody hits the pros from their college years, but she has been as advertised. Meanwhile, Jordan Thompson with 30 points already. The points record for the league is 32. She's just breaking records left and right this year. Front court setter in Kaisa Alanko. And that holds the blocker. Houston has responded. It has been an incredible match. What are you looking forward to in the fifth set?
Well, you've got to start off fast, and both of these teams have been battling as hard as they possibly can, so it's anybody's game right now. I'm excited to see this fifth set.
Welcome back to McCamish Pavilion. Now we're heading into the 5th set between the 1 and 2 seeds in the playoffs. You got to wonder, is this going to be a preview of it all? It comes down to this. The League One volleyball playoffs are in Louisville, where the top 4 teams battle all weekend long. Coverage begins Friday on Victory Plus, continues Saturday on ESPN Plus, and then wraps up on Sunday with the final matchup on USA Sports. And it all leads to the championship in Long Beach, California, April 16th and 18th, with both games at 8 p.m. Eastern only on USA Sports. And if those both games are split 1-1,
that's crazy. They go to the golden set. So that would be the 5th set after you play a whole...
Not a 5th set, just one set.
One set after you play a whole match. Like, that's crazy talk. I'm so excited about it. I hope that happens.
Yeah, it's 1 set to 15. Winner take all.
Crazy. I love that.
This is not a golden set, however.
No.
But it is a 5th set that goes to 15.
It is indeed.
Is it a preview of the golden set?
I love it. I love it. Well, it's a race, right? You have to start off strong. It's a sprint to the finish. It's a shorter set. So you've got to have your focus right away.
Are you thinking at all about minimizing errors, or is thinking about errors just a bad look?
It's a bad way to start. And right now, both teams are playing very aggressively and well. I think you just keep doing what you're doing, being smart with your distribution right now.
Nice first pass is good. Montano uses the block to her advantage.
Very good at hitting that inside ball off the block. It's not easy to do. Again, a thumb down play to get it to go out of bounds.
Mackenzie Adams serving. Adams just a little bit long on her serve. She's done a really nice job from the service line with 18 serves today.
And she's got to keep ripping it. Absolutely has to.
A lot of times people are looking at the aces or errors, but it's also how long you stay on that back line and create plays. Rischel. Great pass by Adams again. Panoy slides in. Hudson, another big hack. I mean, do you set Montano or do you set Hudson now? She's the hot hitter.
You know, back and forth, back and forth. Why not? The good thing is you have options when you're off the net. You can throw it to either pin right now.
Eva Hudson with 15 kills. Back out to Merzik. She's frustrated. Montano off hands. Slowing it down so you can go fast. And there goes the flag from Paolo Coco. And a lot of finger wagging.
All the wags. But I think it was the pancake that he didn't like by Rischel out of the back row. I believe that. There's a lot going on here. We'll take a look at it.
Paolo Coco's being told, go pick up your flag.
He threw it pretty high.
Yeah, he did.
I'm impressed. Good job, Paolo. Welcome to the challenge flag throwing party.
Well, we'll see what they're actually going to look at. Execution-wise, give me a key for each team, starting with Atlanta. Oh, wait. Here we are getting a replay. Okay. I don't know. That looks kind of good.
She's good at that. She does this little weird bug roll, dead bug roll after, but she's very good at this.
That's a good pancake.
I think so.
That's a straight flapjack right there.
There it is. That was what that was in the middle of the play.
Yeah, and it was an unsuccessful challenge. We'll get to the keys right after this. Contact, no middle allowed, messy set. And ball is in.
That's tough. You want to get that one back, that's for sure. A bump set that was over the net. So Atlanta has to handle the ball a little bit better. Even though their left sides have been good, it's nice if they can get the middles involved just a little bit, because otherwise this is what's going to happen. opportunity for Houston to transition.
Ball to the middle. Here's a free ball opportunity. Who do you set?
Montana.
Oh, beautiful.
I like the repeat. And again, there's just so many options right now. They're all hitting so well. And Fairbanks takes a look. She looks at the block. She sees what she has. Is the left side blocker pinched in? She's not. I mean, there's a lot going through a setter's mind, too, in the decisions in the rally.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I'm asking, who do you say? Because that was a perfect pass. You could have gone the other way, too, to Hudson.
Absolutely.
And so when I hear what you're thinking, I'm thinking, is Kaisalanko thinking what you're thinking?
Right. And sometimes they're never thinking what you're thinking, so who knows?
IGD's like, not on my watch.
It's a great touch.
Oh, but the block takes it down.
That's a big block there by Fairbanks. Strong with that right hand. The ball was set just a little bit inside. She didn't let herself be used off the edge.
Hudson. Briseño, great first touch. Do you call your own number there? I don't know. That maybe a missed opportunity. Going to IGD. That'll get it.
What a play. Started with the setter dump, just a little flick over, and they were ready, but that deflection caused the free ball. And now it could go anywhere. It's just like you talked about before. Where's it going to go?
I mean, that was Eva Hudson with that pickup on the setter dump as well. Yahabashaba, crossbody.
Nice set. That was a slide attack right behind the setter. Again, they've moved zones around just a little bit to behind the setter.
Good first contact. IGD moving with the setter.
I love that play. She's up and available, but Alanko finds her. That spacing was perfect. The ball along the net. Nice play by IGD.
Jimerson. I mean, the hack.
Yeah, with authority. Doesn't matter if she hits it in someone's lap. She could not control this heat. What a play by Jimerson.
Rishel. Softball. Pinoy. This is the only person she could set. Everybody knows it was going to her. Foley, and Paolo turns his back, saying it was good. Now he's looking for that flag again.
Yeah.
He turned his back, saying, yeah, no.
He's got good form on the flag touch.
Look at Foley.
Flag
She's laughing. Is she about to be exposed, Foley?
I don't know, maybe. Look at the blink. I think maybe.
She was trying to sell it. Look, she's been playing long before this, all this technology and the good thing. We were all liars back then.
Yes, we were. Very good ones. But she hit that ball, cut it past the block.
Yeah.
And
Paolo was so sure that it was an Atlanta point, he turned his back and walked away. And when he looked back over, what?
What just happened? So, hey, let's see if anything happened there.
Yeah.
No wiggle of the fingers. Wait, hold on. Still looking at it.
Unsuccessful challenge. Foley knew it. I love the way you lie. Isn't that a Rihanna song?
Yeah.
That one, rock solid.
That's a tough one. Ball way off the net. Block is in perfect position. Just a step close. That can be covered.
Oh, wow.
And you look at Montana. She knows it. But what a block by Foley.
You took us through the chase scouting report to start things off, and take a look right here as, what do you think? Have they done it?
Well, I think Houston has handled the serve well. Beating the block, they're still working on that from the left side. I think that's been still the challenge. JT has, the middles have, and Atlanta has been pretty good defending Houston in transition. Slowing down JT, not so much.
29 kills, 30 points.
Yeah, they didn't do that. And sometimes you just want to take the edge off of her. They haven't quite even taken the edge off.
Yeah.
But what they've done is gotten their left sides super involved, and they're playing at a very high level. And that's why this match is as tight as it is right now.
I love watching the intensity that Paolo Coca was talking to his team with, because again, you might think, oh, the seeds are set and this game no longer has meaning. Oh, it has meaning. Look at both sides and how intense they are about wanting to win this game.
I mean, they're just competitors. You want to win. Every time you step on the court, I don't care. Like, I want to win. And that's what you're seeing right now from all of these. This is why it's such a high level. I mean, they want to win this set, this match.
Boom from Montano.
A thump. She was not happy about that last ball. Set off the net, not covered. I'd be going right back to her right away as well.
Pass is good. Overload on that right side. Here comes Hudson. Attacking hands.
Again, that was the right set. You could see Alongo just jack that thing as high as she can to give JT some space and room to hit off the block.
Tension is thick. Everybody's gassed at this point. And an ace serve.
Oh, that is huge.
That was huge. An otherwise excellent day of passing. They were able to get Mac Adams on that one. Going right back at her again. She nails the pass. Foley on top of Jimerson. Sent back.
There it is. There's the wag. She's like, you're not going to set this one high again and hit over me, JT. I got you.
I didn't like that transition pass. It didn't allow them to set the middle.
No, it was off the net just a little bit.
And that's what gave Jimerson the time to
Gives
get
her
there.
time to read the play.
Bea Negretti again coming in. Negrotti, excuse me.
Negrotti with a very good serve and excellent defender.
Briseño, perfect pass to allow him to run the middle.
That serve was probably just a little too easy. Kind of popped that one in. Easy first ball kill for Houston.
Ooh. Oh, it drops right in the coffin corner. An ace serve.
Wow. It was heading out and then just sunk. And I like this conversation right now about what they're going to do defensively behind the block, she and JT. Excellent serve. I'm sure she'll go back to the same area of the court, see if it's this deep this time.
Montano, well dug. Negrotti to Hudson inside. Forcing middle. Beautiful dig by Alanko. What are you seeing, Salima?
So many things, so many good things on both sides. But I love that swing by Merzik. I wasn't sure if she could get her feet to turn it out of bounds. How about that set by Foley? You talk about her experience, just handling the ball well, and what the difference is with her being back on the court. All things, a serving game defensively and what she does at the net.
She has three aces so far today, too. Hudson punching it through. There's another special pancake.
Flapjack.
Send it back. Access denied. What happened?
We'll see if that ball was out. IGD thought that ball was out. And Montano doing a nice job just with a step close. Isn't getting super deep right now in transition. So she's got a lot of work to do in a short little block of space.
Montano coming off so that LMA Powell will come in. They can have the double sub. Carly DeHogue in up front. Bigger block. And splitting the difference between DeHogue and LMA Powell is JT. Smart, right? These are the two players that just came onto the floor.
Very smart, and that's what I would do. But they're handling the ball well enough. Again, just keep the middle held enough to get some space.
It is match point Houston. Negrati, perfect serve. Beautiful swing by Merzick. Houston takes the match. Salima, do you think this might be a preview of the final?
It absolutely could be a preview of the final. And I think, you know, when Houston clinched that spot, I think they still wanted to prove that they are the #1 seed. You know, there's a lot to prove still with every single match.
Let's take a look at the standings after this match. As we mentioned, the 1 and 2 seeds are set. Houston 1, Atlanta 2. Nebraska, Austin, and Salt Lake will be decided shortly. 2 spots for 3 teams.
Well, that's going to be a doozy. I mean, watching all these matches, there's so much left to really decide. And that 3rd and 4th spot, everyone's fighting for right now.
I hope you'll watch it. First up, it's Jordan Larson's final home game of her career as Nebraska faces Austin, and then Salt Lake and Madison at 9. For my partner Salima Rockwell and our fantastic crew, I'm Ann Marie Anderson. Houston has clinched the top seed and won the final match.